Hey guys, welcome to my patch 14.14 tier list. Not much has changed since 14.13. If you guys haven't seen that tier list, please take a look at it. There have been one big change, guys, and as you can see, I introduced a god tier. Shyvana and Udyr are taking over the scene. Let's dive into Shyvana. Why Shyvana is so broken, what's wrong with this champion. Shyvana is the best champion in the game by far in every single witch elo. I've been playing this champion in Masters Plus. I've been playing this champion in lower elo too. The amount of damage you deal is not okay. I'll show you guys some examples right here real quick. The amount of damage you do is just absurd. So just watch this fight real quick. Okay, I chuck my E out. Absurd damage. Okay, I chuck another E out. Absurd damage. Now granted, I'm pretty fed this game. In a more standard game where I'm not as strong, you won't be doing as much damage, but I just gotta show you guys, like, look at how crazy my champion is. An ult and an E just one-shots them. 2,000 damage. Okay, and again, I'm pretty fed, but in the early game too, I'm actually able to 1v1 the Wukong as well. Like, it's just like, this champion has it all. Fast clear, lots of damage, super strong champion, probably my favorite champion to play right now. Patch 14.14, if you're not playing Shyvana, you are really missing out on what you should be playing. I really highly recommend. You guys can see my match history here. 4 games I literally just played, and I'm just destroying people every single game. No competition, highest damage. I think I got an 85,000 damage game. I've never dealt this much damage before, ever, in a high elo game. I did 85,000, which is insane to me. And it's not like this game was easy. My bot lane was inting, absolutely griefing, and I was still just carrying the game. You guys want to get some LP, please do yourself a favor. Play Shyvana. Go fleet footwork. Okay, the reason why we go fleet footwork is PTA is nice, but fleet is really good for the movement speed around the map. It's really important to understand that healing and that movement speed helps you through the early game, and it can help you attack people. Alright, you guys want free LP? Shyvana is their champion. Next thing I want to address is Udyr. So as I've seen more Udyr players, as I've seen more of what's going on with Udyr, Udyr is such a powerful champion, similar to Shyvana, but more of a facilitator. Less 1v9, but still very powerful. Fits the same archetype as Shyvana, fast tempo, clears fast, lots of damage, not as much, a little more tanky. The thing about Udyr is a lot of people misunderstand how to fight with Udyr. You need to use your empowered Q way more in the early game, and then when you get your Liandries, you use your empowered R. I see a lot of people use empowered R, level 4, level 5, level 6. You don't want to use your empowered R until your Liandries. On top of that, a really good Udyr uses empowered W way more than Q, E, and R. So just think about that. If you feel like you're struggling on Udyr, it probably means you're not using your empowered spells correctly. This champion is insane. Literally beats almost every single champion, even S tier, A tier, Air tier, and B tier, and so on. If you guys don't like Udyr, I get it. There's some S tier champions you can play. There's some Shyvana you can play. The next little change we made here is Mr. Fiddlesticks. After seeing and coaching some Fiddlesticks and kind of just thinking about it more, champion's really broken. He's hard to play because of Fog of War, but if you can learn Fog of War, you will skyrocket in rank instantly. There's no counterplay to this champion. No one knows how to play against him. He's similar to Nocturne, but way more 1v9. Fiddlesticks is so fucking terrorizing on the map. Play Fiddlesticks if you want to learn Fog of War and just destroy people. Kindred did get nerfed, but realistically, from what I've seen, she feels the same. I could argue maybe she's A tier now. Not fully sure just yet about that conclusion. I needed to look more, but as far as I know, Kindred is in between the S and A tier. She's still very powerful. Her damage being a little lower isn't what made Kindred strong in the first place. Nocturne Amumu, staples of the game. I don't think I'll ever remove them out of S tier. If you guys want to climb from anywhere up to Masters and even up to Grandmasters, these two champions are really fucking good for that. Okay, if you're Grandmasters Plus, you gotta evaluate some other champions. Don't worry, I understand. But to get the Grandmasters, these two are staples of the jungle for a reason. Let's think about some other changes I thought of. So the rest of these champions right here are actually the exact same, and I've talked about them in the previous tier list. Take a look at that if you want the explanations. I'm going to take a look at Gwen and Shaco here. So I think Gwen is pretty slept on. I've actually been watching a lot of Huncho. You guys know Huncho is. He's a Hecarim OTP, but he's also been playing a lot of Gwen. That's a secondary champion. And Gwen actually seems very powerful. Gwen is sort of similar to Udyr though and Fiddlesticks. She's got her own way of playing, and she can be very confusing. Okay? If you understand how Gwen works, her R, her W, she can be really strong. But ultimately, I get it if it's not your type of champion. There's other champions to play. I still think she's kind of slept on, just like how Shyvana's sort of been slept on as well. Next champion we have here is Shaco. After playing more and just seeing more and experiencing more Shaco players, this champion is it's just insane. It's just like Nocturne and Fiddlesticks, kind of like unstoppable in SOLOQ. The problem is team fighting. I still believe Shaco team fighting is hard, but if you're a smart Shaco player, it's not that bad. You just look for picks. You just look for good opportunities, and it's just so strong. I think Shaco is I've slept on Shaco for a bit. Honestly, I hate this champion. Like, I actually want to beat every Shaco player up on the planet, but it's a strong champion, so I get why you'd play it. It's a meta champion. In the B tier, let's take a look. So all of these champions here, actually I think it's from here to here, are the same, and the only modifications I made, obviously we got to get into Lillia. Okay? So Lillia went from S tier to B tier right away. I still think Lillia is a great champion with their sleep and everything, but overall she just feels less strong. She doesn't feel as powerful as she was before. Maybe she doesn't deserve to be in B. I would say she could still stay in like the bottom tier of A, like right here, maybe. I still think she's really powerful with her ulti, her move speed, her carry ability overall, but it definitely feels like she got hit by a bit. We'll see what happens over the next 2 weeks. That brings us into Taliyah, who I actually rated as a C tier jungler a while back because of her clear speed being dipped down. Honestly, Taliyah is not as bad as I anticipated. I think Taliyah is actually really fine. Give me 1 second here. Oopsies. I think Taliyah is actually really fine of a champion. She's not shit anymore. Like people still play Taliyah well. So I think I've been sleeping on Taliyah. She's still not amazing. She used to be S tier all the time, but now she's in the B tier. She's okay. Pantheon, this champion I put in D tier before, and honestly, I just think that Pantheon's hard to team fight with, and just overall can be complicated and confusing. But if you want that bruiser champion that also is a stat checker, Pantheon actually does that. Like Xin Zhao as well. Pantheon and Xin Zhao and like Briar, sort of similar champions. You're sort of a stat checker, which is great. So I would say if you guys liking Pantheon, I would say just give it a shot, enjoy it. Kayn. Now that we've seen the lethality red Kayn sort of build, there's actually a lot of potential with Kayn. Honestly, Kayn seems pretty strong. I don't think it's A tier worthy just yet because of which champions are S and God tier. Kayn just can't be A tier right now. Think about it that way. Like all these champions shit on Kayn like pretty hard. I'd say maybe Udyr not as much, but it's like overall Kayn still, she doesn't have too much of a great time against these champions. Still more powerful than a C tier champion, but not amazing. The next champion I want to take a look at is Master Yi. So all of these champions stayed the same. Now it's Master Yi I'm talking about. I actually bring Master Yi from B tier down to fucking C tier. I played this champion. I think this champion is pretty strong, lots of damage, a lot of playability. But if at any point they lock this champion in, you know, like this champion. I mean, Udyr's actually fine. But like, come on, they're locking Amumu, Kindred, just like any champion with CC. They got Nautilus, Malzahar. It's just like, okay, like how do I play the game? I experienced how difficult it is to play Master Yi. Not great. Last but not least, we have Mr. Skarner. He does not deserve to be C tier ever again. They brought him in the jungle. It was like, yes, Skarner. And then it's just like, okay, Skarner's gone. Just not a strong champion. Just lost all of his assets, everything he had before. They removed everything that was good about him in the jungle. And to close off everything, guys, Aurora. I don't think Aurora should be in the jungle at all. I don't think Aurora's a great jungler whatsoever. We'll see more. Maybe someone can theory craft a build or theory craft paths, or just like overall, like maybe it could be okay. But from my experience, I don't believe that champion can be good, bro. That maybe champion's like C or D tier. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this tier list. Remember, Shyvana is the most broken jungler by far, so slept on. Please play Shyvana. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned for more tier lists like this. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.